Okay, for new year, actually, we have some new policies and new methods for the new year. Some were there with us last year. For them, actually, there are only new things. Some of the new things, others you are familiar with that. And for some of you, actually, right? For some of you, those who are not familiar with the principal policy, let me explain that. Actually, now, unlike the previous year, you will be given a note, actually a tute. So that will be e-tute. E-tute එකක් තමයි ඔයාලට හම්බ වෙන්නේ. ඒ e-tute එක හම්බ වෙන්නේ පුතේ, right? මේ විදියට e-tute එක හම්බ වෙන්නේ. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ අපේ ඇත්තටම Google Drive එකේ අපි create කරනවා හැමෝටම එක tute එක ගානේ create කරනවා tutes. එතකොට අපි හිතමු මෙහෙම උදාහරණයක් විදියට අපි ගමු. හරි. උදාහරණයක් විදියට මම ගන්නවා මේ හෙස්සාඳු නැත්නම් මෙත්සානිගේ නෝට් එක. එතකොට මෙත්සානිගේ නෝට් එක හම්බ වෙන්නේ මෙත්සානි. So here it's something like this. මෙත්සානි week 1. ඔය විදියට තමයි හම්බ වෙන්නේ. මෙත්සානි week 1 කියලා. එතකොට මෙත්සානිට පුළුවන් ඒක edit කරන්න. හරි, මේක editable එකක් විදියට තමයි හම්බ වෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයාට පුළුවන් පුතේ ඔයාගේ නෝට් එක edit කරන්න. right? ඔයාට ඔයාගේ නෝට් එක edit කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒ විදියට තමයි මේ නෝට් එක හම්බ වෙන්නේ. right? Okay, so everybody joined or some are yet to join in. The සමහර අය join වෙන්න ඉන්නවා තාම. Let me give one. Okay, I think everyone joined now. right? මේ එතකොට මේ නෝට් එක ඔයාට shared document එකක් විදියට තමයි එන්නේ. හරි, ඒ shared document එකක් විදියට එන එක දැන් අදට නැහැ. අද for today you can just write down in your book, but next day onward you can write in the tute itself. ඊළඟ සතියෙන් නම් tute එකේම ඔයාලට ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Just give me a second.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, sorry, some are like just call in and asking how to join. So because this is the first day, we have to give them excuse. Doesn't matter, right?
Excuse
So
me,
know
sir.
the policy, right? You are joined to the general room. General room එකෙන් break out කරනවා අපි මේකට. ඒතර ඔයාලා leave වුණොත් ආයෙ ඔයාලා join වෙන්නේ general room එකට. ඒ general room එකෙන් එනකොට ඔයාව assign කරන්න පුංචි වෙලාවක් යනවා පුතේ. So be careful because don't leave the room. When you leave the room, it will take some time to join back. Okay.
Excuse me,
That's
sir.
it. Right. Let's start. I would like to introduce, first of all, I would like to introduce the syllabus to you. Hari ඉස්සලම අපි syllabus එකේ මොනවාද තියෙන්නේ කියන එක අඳුනගෙන ඉමු. So this is Sinhala medium note. Don't worry. For today, I'll share both notes with you. Next day, you will get your tute. ඊළඟ සතිය වෙනකොට ඔයාගේ personal tute එක ඔයාට හම්බෙයි. You can edit that tute. And if you have any question, you can ask in the beginning. හරිද? මුලින්ම ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා අහලා ඉන්න පුතේ. Right. How to get the tute? Yes, that's a good question. So when you when you register or when you pay and send the slip to the administration, especially when you send this to Miss Chaturika, she will create a note. Yeah, note එකක් create කරනවා. Note එකක් create කරනවා කියන්නේ we have a system, and that system will allow her to create a note. When there's a note, that I note එක create කරාට පස්සේ she can share it to your email or your WhatsApp. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ email එකට හරි දැන් මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම register වෙලා තමයි මේකට එන්නේ. ඉස්සර වගේ නෙවෙයි. දැන් මේ Zoom මේවේකේ ඔයාලා register වෙලා එන්නේ. හරිද? එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ register වෙන්න පාවිච්චි කරන mail එක තියෙනවනේ පුතේ. ඒ mail එකට අපි link එක share කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ note එක share කරනවා. ඔයාලා Zoom එකේ register වෙන mail එකම තමයි මම හිතන්නේ. ඒ mail එක මේකේ දැන් මම මේකට ගිහිල්ලා පෙන්නන්නම් ඔයාලට. Then I go inside and here these are the breakout rooms. When I view details of participants, sorry, not this. So let's see. Okay, there's another one. So currently it's not available to me, right? Sorry, I cannot show it to you because it's basically under registration. I think here 26 participants. I can see who have registered and I can view them also. Yes, I can view them. And you can see this Oniti, then Chatuni, Chanula. I think your registration link, registration date, everything is recorded in Zoom. එතකොට මේකේ ඔයාලා දාලා තියෙන mail එකක් තියෙනවා. This is a valid email no? Because Zoom has already validated that. එතකොට මේ email එකට තමයි ඔයාලට note එක generate වෙන්නේ. Understood? Right? I hope you are using a genuine mail, right? So this email we are generating the Zoom, we are generating the Google Docs note. එතකොට මේ note එක ඔයාලට share වෙනවා. ඒ share වුණාම ස්පෙෂලි අර ස්ලිප් එක යවන්න යන්න එහෙම නැත්නම් යාට ඇක්ටිවේට් කරන්න බෑ. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලට මේකේ කොපි එකක් එනවා පුතේ. ඔයාගේ නමින් එන්නේ. ඒ හින්දා ඔයාලට ඕන දෙයක් එකේ කරන්න පුළුවන්. You can edit that. Right? You can edit that and use. Okay. Hope that is clear. දැන් ඔක ඔයාලට ආවට පස්සේ ඔක වැඩිපුර clear වෙයි. Right? How to get the tute and all. So that will be clear to you. So anyway, we are using lot of systems. But not to disappoint, just to make you tech savvy, right? ඔයාලගේ දැන් සාමාන්‍ය ක්ලාස් එකේ නිකම්ම ටච් කරා ජොයින් වුණානේ තියෙන්නේ. එහෙම නැතු ඒක අමාරුයි දාන්න නෙවෙයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ව කරන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ ටෙක්නොලොජිත් එක්ක වැඩ කරන්න පුරුදු වෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ නෝට් එකත් e-tute එකක් විදිහට අපි දෙන්නේ හිතුවෙත් ඒකයි. එතකොට ඒකෙම අපිට attendance mark කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපි දන්නවා ඒ කියන්නේ කොහොමද නෝට් ලියන්නේ කියලා නෝට් එකේ errors තිබ්බොත් අපිට correct කරන්න පුළුවන් අනිත් එක. දැන් ඔයාලා ලියනකොට මොනවා හරි වැරදිට ලියාගත්ත කියමු. spelling සරා මේවා. that we can correct, right? So everything is visible. එතකොට track කරන්න පුළුවන් අපිට ඔයාලා. track කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන්නේ ඔයාලත් දන්නවා මේක අපි බලනවා කියලා. අපිත් දන්නවා ඔයාලා මේක කරනවා කියලා. So we can track all of you. That's why we are using that e-tute in our system. Okay, hope that is clear to you. Right? එතකොට registration link එක ආයෙ ඔයාලා register වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. No, this is not sent today. අද මේකේ උවේ නැහැ. This is not sent today. This will be sent by next week. එතකොට අනිත් එක තමයි the next thing is, so today you have registered with this no. එතකොට ඊළඟ සතිය ඔයාලා register වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මොකද already ඔයාලගේ registration එක තියෙනවා. That is there in our Zoom cloud. So you will be automatically directed to this, right? ඊළඟ දවසේ ඔයාලා එද්දි මේකට ඔයාලා ඔටෝම direct වෙනවා. ඔටෝම මේකට join වෙනවා. එහෙනම් ආයේ මේවා වෙන්න ඕනේ. And there's a copy of link sent to your email also. ඔයාලගේ email එකටත් ගිහිල්ලා ඇති copy එකක් මේ වෙද්දි මේ class එකට join වෙන link එක. එතකොට ඕගොල්ලන්ට නැත්තම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමදාම සාද link එක එවලා නැහැ. ඔයගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ නෝනේ එහෙම නැහැ. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ registration එක valid තියනකම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ valid තියාගන්නකම් ඒ link එක permanently ඔයාලට assign වෙලා තියෙනවා. You will get that. And that you can use to join to the meeting. Hope everything clear and set. Let's start the class now. Okay. Hari පුතේ එහෙනම් අපි පටන් ගමු. So the heading is information and communication technology. We are going to start with our basics. So please write down the heading information and communication technology. Information and communication technology. Next day you don't want to write that much, right? අද වගේ ඊළඟ දවසේ ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මොකද ටියුට් එක හම්බුනාම ඔයාලට එඩිට් කරගන්න විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. Information and communication technology. So under that, write the first question format. What is ICT? What is ICT? What is information and communication technology? So today we are going to learn about that. right? Today we are going to learn about what is ICT. Okay. I got another question in the chat. Oh, sorry, a breakout. So try to log in on time. Otherwise, like I have to attend this break in and break out again and again. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාලා අනිත් room එකේ ඉන්නකොට පුතේ මම ඔයාලව අල්ලලා දාගන්න ඕන මේකට. Otherwise, like you are unassigned, right? I have to always check and reassign you to the correct room. So that is a burden, right? ඒ හින්දා පුරුදු වෙන්න try your level best to join on time, right? Okay, so let's proceed. I would like to show you your book first. I think most of you received the soft copy. If not, you can get it from us or you can download it from the website also, right? Okay. Let me open that quickly and show you the content. It's not this one. Okay, this is the English medium one. Hope you can see this is the lesson order. And we are going to do these lessons in order except the fourth lesson. Because fourth lesson we will do parallelly, right? Fourth lesson එක අපි ටිකක් parallelly කරමු. ඒ කියන්නේ fourth lesson එක කරනකොට අපි first lesson එක theory නේ පුතේ. ඒතකොට theory විතරක් කරන එක පොඩ්ඩක් ඉතින් ටික කාලයක් කරද්දී boring වෙයි. දැන් කම්මැලි නියන් theory නේ, ඕවා basic නේ, එහෙම හිතනවනේ. ඒ හින්දා මම දැන් අපි December තමයි ඊළඟ ටාස්ක් එක තියෙන්නේ. December 1st දින නම් අපි normal විදියට යනවා. මොකද next week the problem is next week actually we have to do one more lesson to the all grade 10. Therefore, I had to finish that. So next week is leave for you. Only next week. But don't worry if you have registered earlier. So we won't charge your fee for this month, right? අපි ඔයාලා මේ මාසේ ගෙවලා තිබ්බත් අපි මේ මාසෙට charge කරන්නේ නැහැ. කියන්නේ ගෙවලා තිබ්බොත් ඒක ඊළඟ මාසෙට transfer කරනවා. එහෙනම් ඒක ගැන බය වෙන්න එපා. නැත්තම් ඔයාලා හිතනවනේ අයියෝ එක දවසයි class තිබ්බේ එදාටත් මාසෙම fee එක ගත්තා කියලා. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Don't worry, we will not do it such unfair things. So the fee you paid us, while already pay කරලා ඉන්නවා නම් ඒ pay කරපු fee එක අපි transfer කරනවා ඊළඟ මාසෙට. So don't worry. So we will not charge anything additional for this month because we will do class. Actually, we will start class today and we will give a leave next week. ඊළඟ සතිය වලට leave එකක් දෙනවා අර class එක ඉවර කරන හින්දා. එතකොට එහෙනම් මේ මාසෙට ඔයාලා එක දවසයි නෙන්නේ. ඒ එන එක දවසට අපි payment එකක් ගන්නෙ නැහැ. ඔයාලා මේ වෙද්දි pay කරලා තියෙනවා නම් if you have already paid, don't worry, that payment will be transferred to the next month. ඒ payment එක ඊළඟ මාසෙට transfer කරනවා. ඒතර ඊළඟ මාසෙට ඔයාලා pay කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මේ මාසේ pay කරා නම් for grade 10, right? So I think it's clear to you. Okay, so this is the basic structure of your syllabus. We will be starting from information communication technology, the fundamentals. That is a theory lesson. But when we start the next day, so we will do lesson number 1 and lesson number 3 parallelly. 1, 3 parallelly. The reason is here you have some mathematics, right? You have some of the mathematics, and while doing the theory part, we'll learn some mathematical stuff too, right? While doing the theory class, we will learn some mathematical things too, right? That's why we are going to learn 1 and 3 parallelly. Okay, right. Information and communication technology theory, and this part we will do from next week. And the next thing, fundamentals of computer system. That is about hardware. We will learn that, and there we will learn how to assemble a computer properly with all the equipments, and we will learn how to do that practically. Then the logic gates. Logic gates actually that is electronic engineering part. So why you have electronic engineering is actually the ICT is falling under electronic engineering. ICT subject එක වැටෙන්නේ electronic engineering යටතේ. Therefore, actually I'm also a registered member of IEEE Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, because my degree was also falling under electronic engineering. So you all, if you are doing a degree, you will also do the same thing. You will also fall under that category. So that's why we are learning basics of electronic engineering. These are fundamentals, very basics of electronic engineering. So 3, 4, right? And then we will be learning about operating systems, word processing, electronic spreadsheets, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. Okay, I would like to give you a big picture before we begin. So what is that? Okay, let's compare a traditional path with ICT path. Traditional path with ICT path. Traditional path ekai, ICT path ekai api pොඩ්ඩක් compare කරලා බලමු. Okay. Now most of you are in your age 14. ගොඩක් අය දැන් අවුරුදු 14 15 වගේ ඇති. Not 24, it's 14, right? Okay, let's say you are planning to do medicine. I'm not discouraging you, right? I'm really encouraging because we need some doctors. So that is really, right? It's really, really good thing to heal people or help people healing. So therefore, it's very good thing if you can become a doctor, really encouraged, right? Appreciated, but it need a lot of hard working, right? So that's what I want to show. But ICT also, you need some hard working. ICT වලත් එහෙමම තමයි. ICT වලත් hard working ඕන. හැබැයි ICT වල shortcut තියෙනවා. So there are shortcuts in ICT. That's the difference. In medicine, you don't have much shortcuts. Still, there are some shortcuts, but not much. But ICT, there are some shortcuts. Okay, let me explain that. Okay, let's say you are starting, you are here. You are starting your O-levels. By your age 16, okay, if you are doing medicine or if you are doing IT, this is you are doing O-levels exams in age 16. Actually, but if you are doing IT, while doing this, you can start OL plus BCS, right? You can start with BCS, not just, right? Not just O-levels, you can start an ICT qualification. So this BCS qualification, this is called British Computer Society. This is the only chartered qualification in the world. Lokema tiyena chartered qualification එකක් මේක. This is the only chartered qualification in the world, and this is UK qualification, United Kingdom qualification. This is equivalent to a degree. Okay, I have a nice story to share with you. So when I was doing my masters, mama mage masters එක කරන්න පෙරදින University එකට join වෙන්නේ. When I was 25, I joined Peradeniya University to do my masters. මම අවුරුදු 25 දී තමයි Peradeniya University එකේ register වෙන්නේ master එක කරන්න after doing my degree. Okay, at that time I was 25. There was a girl, very young girl. She joined with masters and she was just 18. She was just 18. I wonder how she joined. Then I asked her story. She said that she's from Kandy. She said that I did O-levels, and while doing O-levels, I did BCS. So BCS is a degree equivalent qualification. Actually, I did my A-levels as a graduate. එතකොට යා කියනවා මම A-level exam එකට ගියේ මම A-level exam එකට වාඩි උනේ graduate කෙනෙක් විදිහට degree holder කෙනෙක් විදිහට as a BCS graduate, right? එතකොට මෙයා දැන් ඔයාලා සාමාන්‍ය විදිහට A-level කරන්න වාඩි වෙනවා. You are starting your A-levels here in, so by doing A-levels your age will be like 17, 16, that age. Actually, then another limit, when you do the A-level exam, you will be 18. නේද? A-level exam කරනකොට ඔයාලට එතකොට 18යි. A-level exam කරනකොට ඔයාලට 18 වත් වෙනවා. Right? When you're doing A-level exam by 18, here you have done BCS, same thing. When you are 18, you can do A-levels. Same level, right? But you are doing A-level as a graduate, undergraduate, not undergraduate, as a graduate, sorry. එතකොට ඔයා degree එක කරලා තමයි A-level කරන්නේ. මෙතනදී ඔයාලා නිකම්ම A-level කරනවා. මෙතනදී ඔයාලා degree equivalent qualification එකක් අරගෙන A-level කරනවා. Actually, what she has done, she has immediately entered the university. මෙතනින් යා කෙලින්ම university 18 ඉවර වෙනකොටම university. Actually, for masters you can MSc එකක් කරන්න. You don't have any kind of like waiting results එනකන් ඉන්න එහෙම මොකුත් නැහැ. If you have the degree or degree equivalent qualification, you can start immediately. ඒතර MSc එකක් කරන්න university එක දැන් අර එනකන් ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මාව කොළඹ select වුණා, මාව පේරාදෙණිය select වුණා. එහෙම ඕනේ නැහැ. You can select any university that you like. ඔයා කැමති කොළඹ වුණා, ඔයාට කොළඹ select කරන්න. ඔයා කැමති මොරටුව නම් you can select මොරටු. If you like Colombo, you can select Colombo. If you like Kandy, you can select Kandy. Not Kandy actually පේරාදෙණිය. If you like that, you can select that. එතකොට සීමාවක් නැහැ. මේකෙදි එහෙම නැහැනේ A level exam එක pass වෙන්න ඕන. දැන් biology කරන්න නම් A 3ක් ඕන. ඒතර A 3ක් අරගෙන බලන්න ඕන මොන යුනිවර්සිටි එක හම්බ වෙයිද? රුහුණ හම්බ වෙයිද? කොළඹ හම්බ වෙයිද? කැන්ඩි හම්බ වෙයිද? කොහොම බලන්න ඕන. කොහෙද හම්බ වෙන්නේ කියලා. ඉතින් ඒකත් බලලා මේ ඔක්කොම කරලා ඔයාලා join වෙද්දි පුතේ අඩුම ගානේ your age will be like 19 20 වගේ වෙනවා මේකේ යුනිවර්සිටි join වෙද්දි. ඊට පස්සේ යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ අවුරුදු 5යි practice කරලා ඔක්කොම කරලා at least you will be 26 when you come out of the university. University එකෙන් එද්දි 26ක්වත් වෙනවා. So you know now you have almost finished your young age. So maybe when you are 30, another 4 years, those 4 years you can enjoy your life. After that, you have to enter to a relationship, marriage, right? So that is critical zone. After that, a family concerns. Ask from your mother and father. This is the real situation, right? මම මේක ඇත්තටම මේ පැහැදිලි කරලා ඉන්නේ IT වල වාසිය තේරුම් කරන්න. ඇත්තටම මම මේ කියන්නේ life එක ගැන. Life. Ask from your mother and father. In which age they married? ඒගොල්ලෝ marry කරපු වයස අහන්න කීයද කියලා. Maybe 30s. They are early 30s. Probably, right? එතකොට ඔයාට මේ ඔයාගේ life එක කියලා වෙන රටකට යන්න, to travel to some country, to enjoy your salary, to get a vehicle, or to maybe build a house, to travel, or be like to do things that you like, to buy a very good mobile. You have to wait till you are 26, and there is only 4 years to enjoy in your life, around 4 years. So that is bad, right? So what my friend were doing, she immediately joined when she was 18. Actually, I was 25 here. I was here. I was to marry that time. Actually, during my MSc period, I got married. And then it was like my early 30s. Right? But actually, she was really free. She's like a butterfly, free in that age. She didn't have any engagements that time. She just joined MSc, finished MSc when she was 20, migrated to New Zealand for doing her PhD. PhD means doctorate. එයා මේක කරා 20 වෙනකොට New Zealand වලට migrate වෙනවා PhD එක කරන්න with a job. Right, a bonus. එතකොට MSc එකක් තියෙනවා යාට PhD එක කරන්න New Zealand වලටත් යනවා. ඒ යන්නේ internship එකක් job එකක් එක්ක. Okay, when she was 25, she will also finish her doctorate, right? Not a degree, not the just degree, a doctorate. So you have to call her, okay, doctor so and so. එතකොට ඒක යා ගන්න අවුරුදු 24. Actually this time also she's enjoying the life. So you know her A level results? She got 3 A's for A levels. Did biology. She could have easily go to the medical faculty. හැබැයි යා medical faculty යන්නේ නැහැ. Her parents are doctors, right? Both of her parents are doctors. But she like IT a lot. She didn't have medical faculty යන්නේ නැහැ. යාගේ අම්මයි තාත්තයි දෙන්නම doctors. ඒ වුණාට ඒ තුනකුත් ගන්නවා A level වල නේද? එතකොට අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම වෙනවනේ. එහෙම යන්නේ නැහැ. එයා ඒක MSc එක කරලා PhD එක කරන්න New Zealand යනවා. ඒත් ડોක්ටර් තමයි. හැබැයි බෙහෙත් දෙන ડોක්ටර් නෙවෙයි, ආචාර්ය ડોක්ටර්. Actually, she's now in New Zealand, I think, finishing her final year for the doctorate. So only 23 years old or 24 years old. So she will become one of the youngest doctor who got the doctorate, PhD, and she's enjoying the life. Actually 24 ඉඳන් තව යාට අවුරුදු 6කුත් තියෙනවා. 30 වෙනකම්. එතකොට she can enjoy around 10 years of her life. So we are spending in the world around 70 years. නේද? අපි අවුරුදු 70ක් විතරනේ හොඳට ජීවත් වෙන්නේ. ඒ 70 වෙනත් පුතේ මුල් අවුරුදු 10 අපිට අවබෝධයක් නැහැ. පුංචි කාලේ අපිට. අන්තිම අවුරුදු 10 අපිට ජීවත් වෙලා වැඩක් නැහැ. අපි වයසයි. එහෙනම් ඇත්තටම අවුරුදු 50ක් විතරනේ අපි ලෝකේ දකින්නේ හොඳට. මොකද මුල්ම කාලේ අපිට ලෝකේ දැක ගන්න බෑ, ඇවිද ගන්න බෑ. අන්තිම කාලේත් ඇවිද ගන්න බෑ, ලෝකේ දකින්න බෑ. ඉතින් ඒකෙන් 10ක්වත් හොඳට ජීවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන් නන්නේ. 10 out of 50. So that is best. That is good, right? But if it is 4 out of 50, it's pathetic, right? Not really good. So this is the story for most of the Sri Lankan students. Actually, now I saw some recent circulars. GMO and those people are telling like, yes, you can do MSc in another country also. That doesn't matter. You can do MSc in any country, even UK. UK is the best place because BCS is also UK qualification. They will accept their own qualification. So you can do your MSc, PhD in another country. So do it because you can enjoy the life. You can travel, enjoy the life. So do it. Otherwise, like when you are 30s, 35, so no time to enjoy the life. You have to concern about your family. There are responsibilities and your parents are older. So you have to treat them. Ne ඔයාලව බලාගත්ත ඔයාලගේ අම්මලා තාත්තලා ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලන්ව බලා ගන්න ඕන. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට 30ක් වෙද්දී ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අම්මලා තාත්තලාට සාමාන්‍ය 60ක් විතර වෙනවා. 35ක් වෙද්දී 65ක් විතර වෙනවා. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ට උදව් ඕන. ඒගොල්ලෝ චූටි ළමයි වගේ වෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ට බෙහෙත් ගන්න, ඒ දේවල් වලට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ සෞඛ්‍ය හොඳට තියාගන්න. ඔයගොල්ලෝ උදව් කරන්න ඕන කාලේ. So allocate that time for them. But basically this period, your parents are also young and you are also young. Right? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අවුරුදු 20 වෙද්දී ඔයගොල්ලොත් young. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ parents ලා not that much older නේද? ඒගොල්ලොත් young තමයි. ඒගොල්ලොත් එච්චර වයස නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ කාලේ use කරන්න පුතේ. ඒක තමයි මම කියන්නේ. IT වගේ subject එකකින් ඒක හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Because that has no limits, right? A subject IT has no limits. So let me show one example. So think about these people. So these are, okay. So I would like to show maybe, okay, let's search for something right here. Youngest, or let's say kid YouTubers, right? So these people, or so you have these kid YouTubers now, right? You can see. So they are kids, but they are earning. They are kids, but they are earning millions of dollars, right? Because they are enjoying. They are enjoying what they do. Right? They are enjoying what they are doing, right? So that's a really like inspiring stories. You can just go and see what they are really doing. Those are like inspiring stories. Or you can say richest kids on or earn by EEARN, earn by their own. Richest kids in the world made money by their own, by themselves. You can see. So I'll send this link to you. You can also go through this and you can see how they are enjoying their lives in the very early stages of their life. Not from Sri Lanka, unfortunately. You can see he started his YouTube channel. Actually, his parents helped him start the YouTube channel when he was in preschool. Wow, wonderful, right? Their parents, they helped him to become a YouTuber when he was in preschool. And by 2020, his earnings were around 30 million USD. 30 million USD. And this is another kid, right? She's also a YouTuber earning around 18.5 million USD. What she's doing? Unboxing toys. ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න එපා දැන් මේගොල්ලෝ මේ සල්ලි හොයන්න යනවා. ඒ වගේ නෙමෙයි අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. They also learn. But while learning, while playing, actually she's unboxing his own toys. She's unboxing her own toys. Right? So while doing that, they're earning. So that's the wonderfulness. Multi-talented. Right? You can just go through them and see what they are doing. Right? What they are doing. So they are smart kids in the world. Right? They are smart kids in the world. Okay, you can also become such. Still not too late, but you have to start at least now. Okay, without taking much of the time, let's go to the syllabus today because we have to discuss that. As this is your first day, I want to inspire you by giving you some idea. Start earlier, do something, right? Start at early stage, do something for you without wasting your time, because I know most of you love play games. Some are good in YouTube, in just searching and watching videos. Some are just playing games. But be smarter than that. Develop games or do something for yourself and your family. Be smarter than that. දැන් අපි ඉන්නේ අර surface level එකේ. කවුරු හරි app එකක් හදලා දුන්නොත් අපි ඒ app එක දිහා බල බල ඉන්නවා. කවුරු හරි game එකක් හදලා දුන්නොත් අපි ඒ game එක ගහනවා. හැබැයි මේ බබාලා මේ kidsලා එහෙම නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ smart. ඒගොල්ලෝ යාළගේ content හදනවා. They are developing their own content. They are developing games. They are developing content to the internet. Maybe some are developing software programs. But they are smarter than we think. So that is the level that we should reach. අපි ඒ level එකට තමයි යන්න ඕන. And I was working with eSoft for 12 years. Around 12 years I was with eSoft as a lecturer, as a senior lecturer, and even as a center manager. So what I learned from there. So our CEO, not CEO, he's MD now, managing director now. He's a doctor. Medical doctor, a government medical doctor, but he resigned in the early stage of his career. Yeah, a medical job එකෙන් අයින් වෙනවා in the early stages of the career. දැන් ඔයාලා හිතන්න medical faculty ගිහලා job එකක් අරගෙන doctor කෙනෙකුත් වෙලා එකෙන් අයින් වෙනවා. So it's crazy, you know, a crazy idea. But that crazy idea made him popular in Sri Lanka as an entrepreneur. He owns a large business, not just eSoft School. He owns eSoft Technologies, a software engineering company, and many more companies. So inspiring story, right? So he was one of my lecturers even at the time when I was there in eSoft. But now I'm not attached to that. I'm independent totally, because I also thought that, so if doctor can, so why shouldn't I? Why I work for a company for my lifetime? I should exit. I decided I should start my own, right? So that's what you have to think. But you have to think in early stages where we were really late. But I don't want my children or my students to be late. That's why I'm advising the early stages, right? Okay, let's go to the book today. So first of all, we have to discuss about ICT. Actually, my plan is discuss ICT with this chapter, right? Today I'll start with this. Next day I'll discuss this plus this together, right? Because this has some mathematics. This has some theory and this has some calculations. Theory plus maths. So let's start from December, and December theory plus some maths. And then here this one plus this one. So that is my plan, right? Okay, so let's go to the note. So please write down the heading, Information and Communication Technology. I'll share the note next day, because if I share it now, that will be a single copy. That should be individual copy. So I think Ms. Chaturika can do that as an individual copy, right? Okay, please write the heading ICT, and under that, what is ICT? Actually, we have 3 terminologies under ICT, but as a background, we have to learn some more terminologies. The first one is the data. Okay, data are nothing but raw facts. It's raw facts about, you can write, data are raw facts about something, someone, or some concept. Data are raw facts about something, someone, or some concept. You don't want to write the singular medium one. එක ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඔයාලගේ ටියුට් එකේ දෙකම එයි. සිංහල එකයි ඉංග්‍රීසි එකයි දෙකම එයි. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. එතකොට ඔයාලා ඒකෙදී ඉතින් තේරුම් ගන්න හොඳයිනේ දෙකම තියෙන එක නේද? You have English and Sinhala medium note, but when you are writing, you have to write the English one only, right? Because you are in English medium class නේ. The ලියනකොට English එක විතර ලියුම ඇති. Okay, Akila, I can explain more about BCS, but this is not the time. I'll explain that. So there are 11 subjects and how to do that. And I'll give you a good source. Please go to this website. This is their official website, bcs.org. So that is Chartered Institute of ICT. Just go to their website and everything is there. Just go read over there. And there's there's one actually office in Sri Lanka also, BCS Sri Lanka. You can talk to them as well. This is independent. So there are different lecture providers. So I'll suggest about that later, but first go through this and read this. What is BCS and what they are doing. So go to their website and see. Okay, because otherwise like we are wasting our time on reading that, but there are some interested students I know. For them, please go and read it. Okay, just write down raw facts about something, someone, or some concept. So it is like less meaningful and it is less valuable, not much useful in decision making, not much useful in decision making, and it is value is not changing over the time. So value is not changing over the time. So value is kind of constant. Sorry, value is kind of constant. It's not changing over the time. Kind of constant. Okay, I'll explain that. Please write down this first. It's raw facts or the basic facts about something, someone, or some concept. And less meaningful, less valuable, and not much useful in decision making, and value is not changing over time. Okay, let's see example. As example, I would like to highlight example. Okay, red. You know, red is a color. Red is a color. But if I say red data book, what is that? Can anyone tell what is red data book? Red data book. What is that? Any idea? Okay, example for this is red. Right? What is red data book? No one knows. Come on. Sorry?
රතුදත්ත වාර්තාව.
රතුදත්ත වාර්තාව. Okay. What is that? ඒ මොකක්ද? රතුදත්ත වාර්තාව.
A record to keep details about extincted and endangered animals and trees.
Yes. Basically endangered species. Can be animal and trees or anything, right? Endangered species. It's keeping recorded about extincted and endangered or vulnerable species. වඳ වී යාමට තර්ජනයට ලක් වුණු ඒ වගේම වඳ වී ගිය සත්තු සහ ශාක ගැන විස්තර තියෙන පොතක්. So it is a red data book. So now you can see some difference, right? Red is the red 100 years back, red. Today, red. And in future, after 100 years, red. Almost similar value, right? Red is a color. Maybe 100 years ago, Einstein or some person, red, just a color. Today, red, just a color. And 100 years after today, in future, again, it's a color. But if you add something like red data book, red notice is a warning. Red notice is a warning. The red data book, Ratu Datta Varta, Ratu Datta Pota, that is a list of endangered and like extincted species. Those species are not there. Maybe vulnerable species. They are vulnerable to something. They are not, they are just rare. Rare also, those species are also there in this book. Rare species, vulnerable, endangered. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ වන්ද වී ගිහිල්ලා වන්ද වී යාමට තර්ජනයට ලක් වෙලා දුර්ලභයි ඔය වගේ. ඉතින් ඒක ගැන ගත්තම if you think about that book, then it's valuable because it has some information. Information is valuable, right? It has valuable, it has processed data. It is used for decision making. Why people were shouting last year, you can see. So some people were shouting against the highway, saying that this tree is there in endangered species book, red data book. It is not good to cut this tree. Likewise, people are fighting. Why? Because it is valuable. It is valuable, right? If it provides data to take decisions, okay, let's say elephants are categorized in this red data book under red species or endangered, then we have to protect them, preserve them. We give them more because that is used for decision making. We can make decisions about that animal. We have to whether so. But if some, let's say, so chicken or some species, very common species, no one is basically trying to preserve them because it's common. It's common, so no one is worrying about that. It's very common. But let's say it's endangered, then people are protecting. And people are protecting. They are not try their level best to protect the animal because it's valuable to the world. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ තීරණ ගන්න උදව් වෙන ඒ වගේව තමයි information. ඔය තොරතුරු දත්ත ගත්තම එහෙම නැහැ. Data are less valuable, less meaningful, and its value is not changing all the time also. But here, the second thing, right, information, it's more meaningful. More meaningful. It is processed data, and not only that, useful in decision making. And more valuable. More valuable. Also, it's more valuable, has more value. And it is one of the most important and valuable economic resource. It's one of the most important, valuable economic resource. Economic resource. So why is that? Because economic resources, sorry, one of the most valuable economic resources. Because, you know, the world's richest people, there are 10 richest people in the world in many lists. So same names, you can just browse the richest people in the world. Let me shift back to the note again, right? Richest people in the world. And you can see top 10 richest. You can just go and see who are they. There are different lists. So Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, information technology. Amazon is IT company, right? Amazon, you know, is IT company. Okay, so there are 2 students to join in the waiting list. I'm just adding them. Right? Amazon is one of the, it's the topmost company. So it's the IT company. And Elon Musk, Tesla is an IT company. That is not a software company, but IT, information technology, cars. And SpaceX. SpaceX is also space vehicles, satellites, shuttles, space vehicles, and cars. Both are coming under technology. Right? technology, but not directly related to information systems or software, but related to information technology. It's a broad field, right? Bernard Arnold, not directly, he's actually, again, here you can see. So different equity companies. And Bill Gates, you know him, ICT, directly ICT software company, Microsoft. And you know about Mark Zuckerberg. So he's the owner of Meta, previously known as Facebook. Right, then Warren Buffett. He's also, let's forget him, he's also not related to that. So let's take a Larry Ellison. He's CEO Oracle, directly information technology. Larry Page, it's Alphabet, Google. So he's also directly related to IT, information technology. Sergey Brin, Alphabet or Google, directly related to ICT. And Mukesh Ambani, he's listed under 10. He's from India, a neighbor country. He's also doing multiple businesses. But basically, so earlier top 10, so which was in Investopedia, but there are some other websites. Anyway, according to this, 7 out of 10. But there are some real-time billionaires. This is from Forbes. Forbes is updating this day by day. And when you move to the Forbes, you can see, okay, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, Larry Page, both are Google. Larry Ellison, Larry Page, both actually, sorry. Larry Page and Sergey Brin from Google, Larry Ellison from Oracle. Software, you can see Google, again Google, software. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, software. Steve Ballmer, Microsoft, software. And Warren Buffett, he's from different domain. And others directly related to, and here Bernard Arnold and family, different domain. Amazon, all these companies, 8 out of 10 companies, 8 out of 10 people are related to IT. So that's the nature. So it is the world's most valuable economic resource. Even valuable than gold, even valuable than fuel. Information. So that's why they are so rich. You can also think converting some manual system to IT, converting some manual work to IT and become rich in the world. I expect at least in future, within next 10-20 years, at least one Sri Lankan should go there. Not by actually cheating or not by earning hardly earned money from people using politics, by doing something meaningful to the world, doing some IT, right? Don't do politics, become an IT person and try to give something to the world, right? Okay. So please write down, there's a special point. So you can write down that special point now. Information has, please write down, information has its highest value at the creation time. Creation time. The value will be diminishing. Diminishing කියන්නේ ක්‍රමානුකූලව අඩු වෙනවා. To less value over the time. This rule is called the golden rule of information. This rule is called the golden rule of information. You can say, as example, in Sri Lanka, you know, election results. So people used to celebrate by putting some Ratinya and Kiribat name. You know how Sri Lankan people are inspired about these political wins or political or election results. They are so happy about their party winning the game, but the thing is, ultimately they are unhappy about the service given to them after winning. So that is usual cycle, but it's happily happening cyclically. Again, in the next election also, this will happen. So maybe the opposition party will win and they will celebrate. Ultimately, they will end up with unhappy life. So that is, but here they are very happy in the beginning, right? Inspired, very happy in the beginning. And so let's say winning the World Cup in cricket or football, something. So that is one of the happiest moment to the nation. But later it will diminish. So that's why it's called golden rule. Information is timely, right? If you have information on time, valuable. So let's say I got some inquiries from some students. In the Samara students like inquiries. They were asking, "Sir, are you doing all level classes?" I said, "Yes, I'm doing." "So can you do a class for grade 11? Yes, I said, "Yes, we have classes." So I asked, "Okay, maybe are you in grade 11 next year?" "No, sir, this year." I wonder, so this year is almost over. Are you going to start classes now? So your exam is already scheduled. You're going to come to the classes now? I don't know. So we don't have any classes going now for them. Actually, we have a paper class only there. Paper class එක තියෙනවා එච්චරයි වෙනේම නැහැ නේද? එතකොට ඒ හින්දා so that's the problem, right? Information. So whatever the information you receive should receive on time. Maybe they got to know about the class later. Now it is too late. Now the value is low. But if you know in the earlier stages, beginning today itself, when the class started, if you know, then you are happy because you are coming to the class from the beginning and you know how it's going on. You have some experience and you are happy with the class. So that is the thing. Maybe after 1 year you are not happy, right? So that can also be. On the other hand, I just want to tell that also. එතකොට දැන් පටන් ගන්නකොට හැපි තමයි ඉතින් ඒ වුණා කාලයක් යනකොට අන්හැපි වෙනවා. මම ඉතින් එහෙම නොවි තියාගන්න හදනවා පුළුවන් තරම්. මොනවද ඔයාලා එහෙම ඉන්නේ නැහැ. බලමු අපි මොන හරි කරලා ඉතින් වෙනස් ඒවා කර තමයි ඉතින් try කරමු කොහොම හරි අවුරුද්දම ඒ happy mood එකේ තියාගන්න. but මේ golden rule එක apply වෙනවා ඔයාලට. ඒ කියන්නේ පටන් ගන්නකොට you are inspired, yes, that's a good class, but with the time maybe it's diminishing. ටිකක් වෙලා diminish වෙගෙන යනකොට ආයෙ මම පොඩි පංච් එකක් දීලා උඩට ගන්නවා. එහෙම මම හිතාගෙන ඉන්නවා ඉතින් බලමු. right? මොකද ලෝක ධර්මතාවය මටත් වළක්වන්න බෑනේ පුතේ. නේද? ලෝක ධර්මතාවයට අනුව information rule එක මටත් apply. අපේ class එකටත් apply. ඉතින් අමාරුවෙන් කොහොම හරි අවුරුද්ද ඇඳ ගන්න බලමු. අවුරුදු දෙකක් නේද? Okay. Okay, so one more point, right? How information is produced. How information is produced. One more thing, right? මේ ඕගලන්ට මේවට මේ බහුවචන නෑ පුතේ. Informations නෑ. Data වල datas නෑ. It's the singular and it's the plural, right? You don't have datas and you don't have informations. So information and data. Only singular, and that is the plural also. Okay, how information is produced. Right. Data are carefully organized. Data, my C letter is not properly typed. Carefully organized and processed in mathematical and logical mechanisms to produce useful and meaningful facts. So that is how the information is created. You can say data is, since it is like plural, so I just say data are carefully organized, processed in a mathematical logical mechanism to produce useful and meaningful facts. So we call that information. Okay, now we are clear about this data and information, which is more valuable. And we should know about communication. So what is communication? Can anyone define that? Without reading the single or not, can you define? Now you are reading the without කියලා කිව්වම ටක් ගාලා ඒක කියවන්න තමයි බලන්න. ඒකට අර තියෙන හොඳ උදාහරණයක්. අපේ බ්‍රේන් එක හිතන හැටි ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ වැරද්දක් නෙමෙයි. අපේ බ්‍රේන් එක හිතන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. දැන් මම කියනවා හරි මෙහෙම කරන්නද පුතේ? මේ සීබ්‍රාගේ ඇඟ තියෙන ජිරාෆ් කෙනෙක් ගැන හිතන්නේ නැතුව ඉන්න කියලා මම කියනවා. සීබ්‍රාගේ බොඩි එක තියෙන නැත්නම් සීබ්‍රාගේ බොඩි එක තියෙන අලියෙක් ගැන හිතන්නේ නැතුව ඉන්න. දැන් ඔයාගේ හිත මොකද කරන්නේ? Your brain is so smart. It's always showing you an elephant with zebra's body. මං කියන්නේ හිතන්න එපා කියලා. එපා කියන එක තමයි හිත කරන්නේ. ඒ තමයි හැටි. So don't think about an elephant with a zebra's body, right? Don't think about that. Don't think, forget, don't think. Now your brain is so smart, it's trying to think about, okay, don't read the note. Don't read the single medium note, right? Now your brain is trying to read that. Okay, tell me what is communication, anyhow?
Share some data with others.
Yeah, it's sharing. So there's an incorrect term, exchanging. Exchanging is incorrect, right? That's what I want to tell. Exchange is incorrect because exchange can be done for currency. Exchanging is possible for physical things, right? Exchanging ideas, not possible. Why? Exchanging ideas, how? How can I exchange? I give my idea to someone, I take their idea. But my idea is still with me, right? I can't exchange. I can express. Because my idea is with me. I'm not going to remove that. But if it is a currency, if I issue dollar and buy rupees, then I will lose dollar and get rupees. So that can be exchanged. A physical thing can be exchanged, but logically it's difficult to exchange, right? It's expressing. So communication is expressing information. That can be verbal or non-verbal. So using words or without using words. Eye expressions, facial expressions. Those are also expressions. Hand expressions, emojis can be like verbal, non-verbal, verbal enough, non-verbal enough. Expressing information in verbal or non-verbal manner is communication. So, okay, can you remember the first day that you have expressed the information? I'll ask from Chenita. Chenita, can you remember the first day that you expressed information?
My birthday.
Yes, it's birthday. It's your birthday. Why? Because if you have not expressed information in your birthday, you're in big trouble. If you have not expressed information in your birthday, you are in big trouble. So how do you express information in birthday? By trying. Right? If you didn't try, a big trouble. The doctor will hit you in your back and hit you and tell, hey boy, please try. And maybe nurses, everyone will try their level best to make you try. And when you are trying, your mother is so happy. Wow, my baby is trying, right? That is the first time your mother was happy when you're trying. Why? Because they know that you are a healthy baby. In order to become healthy baby, you have to shout, you have to try. Trying is painful, but that pain will give pleasure to the others. That is the first time that pain has given pleasure to your mom, right? Because that is the method that you have communicated to the world saying you are a healthy baby, right? So communication happened in your birthday. That's correct. Okay. Then, so you can see now we are gradually into the subject, right? ICT. We know about data, raw facts. Those were there in the earlier days also, in ancient era. Gal yuge tibba neda. Data tibba ne ඒ කාලේ. ඒතර information තිබ්බේ නැද්ද ඒ කාලේ? ඔය තියෙන පිරමීඩ වල චිත්‍ර ඇඳලා තියෙනවා කට්ටිය. ඊට පස්සේ ඔය ගල්ස් වල ගල් වල ලියලා තියෙනවා. සීකිරියේ චිත්‍ර ඇඳලා තියෙනවා. නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ information උත් තිබිලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර communication උත් තිබිලානේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ express කරපු විදියනේ ඔය. අපිට ඔය අද වෙනකොටත් ඔය සීගිරි චිත්‍ර වලින් කමියුනිකේට් වෙන්නේ නේද? මොනවද මේවා වලින් සීකිරි චිත්‍ර වලින් පිරමීඩ වල තිබ්බේවෙන් අපිට කමියුනිකේට් වෙනවනේ ඒ දවස්වල යාලා කරපු වැඩ. So communication was also there. Then what is ICT? Okay, so let's learn two more terms. That is science. Okay, we need to know about something called science. Science is basically a set of theories. SCINCE, science is a set of theories explaining about some phenomena. It's explaining us about some phenomena. It's a set of theories. So is it word correct? I'm not sure. Let me check this. Phenomena means incident or something there. Yes, I think it's correct, right? Phenomena. Yeah, it's fact, situation, some situation. If it is explaining about some situation, right? If it is a set of theories used to explain about some situation. So why this is happening? It's actually explaining it logically. It's a set of theories explaining about some phenomena in a logical manner. Example. One example, you can see this. What is this? You can see an apple is falling down, unfortunately fallen down to his head, which led him think, okay, this person is, let's say, Sir Isaac Newton. When he see, I don't know whether it is fallen to his head or somewhere else, but actually what has happened, when this was fallen down, he was thinking, why this has fallen down? Why actually it didn't go up? Why it came to the earth? So what's the reason? So then he thought, okay, there's some reason. The earth has some kind of force which is attracting these objects, and that's why these objects are coming toward earth. Earth has some feature which is attracting these, or which is like forcing these objects to come towards. So he think like that. So people were thinking, hey Newton, are you crazy? Actually, that is what the world see about the people. That's normal, right? That's really normal. Because when I said my friends, hey guys, I want to say bye to my organization and I want to start my own business. Actually, I was telling this in Corona time. My friends, family, everyone, are you crazy? You're going to lose your job. You're a manager. You're a senior lecturer. Are you going to lose that now in this Corona time? Are you really sure about that? So likewise, people were really thinking that I'm crazy. So that's usual, right? So when you do something new, your friends, family members, everyone will think you are crazy. So similar to that, when this apple was fallen down to Newton's head or somewhere, when he was telling there's a force attracting this object to earth, people are thinking he's crazy. But he managed to explain that to the world, right? He managed to explain that to the world by showing some practical or building a practical logic, and that was called science. Not just Newton's finding. So there are more findings like Isaac Newton, and then, like Thomas Alva Edison, and not just that, Einstein, right? Everyone, they explain their theories, and that together creates something called science. It's a set of theories. Actually, technology is none other than use of science. Okay, now we have come to the definition. Technology, it is use of science. Okay, now we came to the proper explanation of ICT. Okay, please write down this: science, technology also. Science is needed because science is the basic for the technology, right? Without science, no technology. Technology, the father of technology is science. Because you have theory, you used it. Using the theory created the practical. Actually, ICT is coming under this practical subject. That's why I said ICT. So when people are telling we do ICT as a mass class or group class, whatever the class, I'm so eager. I will go and watch how they are doing. So then one teacher is trying to explain things by writing in the board. I don't think that is a good way of explaining ICT, because in ICT you have to engage with the subject. Or a subject engage when not involve when not. You have to do it. So that's why I'm going to share e-note while I'm typing. You also need to type. You need to edit that. Practically you will face some difficulties. While I'm doing coding, we will learn coding here also. Then also you have to code. While I'm creating slides, you have to create that. While I'm doing Excel, you have to do that. While start creating databases, you have to do that. So you have to practically involve in the subject, because this is technology, right? Technology means use of science. Are use of science වලට තව වචනයක් කියනවා. ඒ usage එකක් තියෙනවා නම් you have to get your hands dirty කියලා කියනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ අතේ කුණු ගා ගන්න ඕන. කුණු ගා ගන්න කියන එක නෙවෙයි ඒකේ තේරුම. ඒ කියන්නේ අතේ ඒ කියන්නේ මේ hands on experience එක. ඒ කියන්නේ technology වලට ඕන, IT වලට ඕන පුතේ computer එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න. මිසක් විභාගෙ ලියලා ඒකක් තිබ්බට IT පුළුවන් කියන්න බෑ. හැබැයි computer එක හොඳට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් නම්, computer එක ඕන දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් අන්න then you are good in IT. Otherwise you are good in information science නේ. Information science පුළුවන්. Information technology බෑ. ඉතින් information scientist ලා වෙන්න එපා. එහෙමත් ඉන්නවා. එහෙම කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. එහෙම ඕන. And if you are having a very good logic, you can build your theories, you can become an information scientist. But my solution, become a technology specialist, information technology person. Hari, ඉතින් ඒකට try කරන්න. Okay, ultimately what is ICT? Right, this is my own definition. When I define like this, okay, again people are thinking I'm crazy. So don't write this in exam. Again, your examiner and your teachers will think you are crazy. But for your reference, that's why I put hash. Don't explain ICT in this way, right? But I put hash as I wanted to give this to you, the idea. Keep the idea in your head. Write the standard definition in your syllabus. Hari, ඔළුවේ මේක තියාගන්න. විභාගයේ ලියනකොට අර පොතේ තියෙන එක ලියන්න. විභාගෙට මේක ලියන්න යන්න එපා. එතකොට හිතනවනේ පිස්සු කියලා. එහෙම තමයි අපේ හැටි. Don't think much about that. Okay. Expressing information. ඒකයි මම කිව්වේ ටීචර්ස් ලටත් මේක කියන්න එපා තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ඈ. Expressing meaningful facts. Expressing can communication. Expressing meaningful facts. Meaningful facts can information. Using science. Using science can. Expressing meaningful facts using science is ICT. If you tell this in your classroom, definitely your teacher will think you are crazy. But if he or she can think deeply, expressing communication, meaningful facts, information, using science, technology, communication, that is, yes, correct. If you think wisely, yes. If not, no. Then actually this subject is not a new subject නේද? දැන් ඒතකොට ICT සීගිරිය කාලෙත් තිබිලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි නම තිබිලා නැහැ ICT කියන හරි. But ICT subject was there that time. How? Expressing meaningful facts. විජ්ජුලතා ඉන්න කට්ටිය මල් අරගෙන යනවා දැන් කට්ටිය. Expressing meaningful facts. Using technology කාලයට තාක්ෂණය. ඒ කාලේ හැටියට ගහලා ගහම චිප් රඳිනවා කියන්නේ ඒක අපි දැන් ඉගෙන ගන්න පුරාණ තාක්ෂණ කියලා ඉගෙන ගන්න. සීගිරිය තිබ්බ වතුර මල් පුදුම තාක්ෂණයක් කියලා ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඔය රාවණාගේ දඬු මොනර තාක්ෂණයක් කියලා ඉගෙන ගන්න. තිබ්බද නැද්ද නම් දන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි ඉගෙන ගන්න එහෙම අහන්න, එහෙම ආටිකල් කියවන්න මෙහෙම තිබ්බත් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? මොකක්ද දන්නවද? So we have special gravitational feature in Earth. So see, this is a gravity map. And there's a specialty in Sri Lanka. Because in Sri Lanka, you know, so we have the least gravity. So here you can see the blue color. This zone has the least gravity. So people are thinking this is a better place to communicate with, right? People are thinking it's a better place to communicate with the universe. විශ්වයත් එක්ක සංනිවේදනය කරන්න හොඳ තැනක් කියලා හිතනවා මේ gravity එක අඩු හින්දා මේ. So there's a map called gravity map, right? You can just go and search this gravity map. So then you can see the Sri Lanka, it's like a, so here place of Sri Lanka, you can see there's a blue hole. This blue hole indicating we have a least gravity here. Here also, this is not NASA Earth, potato Earth. So potato Earth means here, it's like a potato. This is gravitational, right? This is less gravity. We got due to that actually they have like embossed that. So sometimes this can be true. Who knows, right? Okay, anyway, expressing meaningful facts used in science is ICT. Expressing meaningful facts used in science is ICT. So think wisely. So this has everything. Information, it was there earlier days also. Communication, that was there earlier days also. Technology was also there. Because then hitana Zoom is a technology. Zoom කියන එක තාක්ෂණය. තමයි මම දැකලා තියෙනවා Zoom තාක්ෂණය ඔස්සේ පැවැත්තේ කියලා අපිත් දන්නවා කෙටි ගමන්. Zoom එතකොට තාක්ෂණය නේද ටෙක්නොලොජි එකක් හොඳයි ස්ක්‍රීන් ෂෙයා කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕන තැනකට කමියුනිකේට් කරන්න පුළුවන් it's a technology okay good. But then මේ අවුරුදු තව 50කට විතර පස්සේ Zoom තාක්ෂණය ඔස්සේ පැවැත්තේ කිව්වොත් ගල් ගහන්නත් ඉඩ තියෙනවා. මේ ගල් යුගයේ මෑන් කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා කියලා. ඒ Zoom කියන එක තව අවුරුදු 10 50කින් තාක්ෂණය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් මගේ කාලේ මට මතකයි මම ගිහිල්ලා when I went to my school classroom, I learned about Q basic, GW basic, basic 1, 2, 3, WP51, the word processor 51, WP51. But today I cannot teach WP51. Lotus 1, 2, 3. It's like Excel. I cannot teach that. Today we have Excel, not Lotus 1, 2, 3. Have තව අවුරුදු 50කින් Excel උත් නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. There are some other kind of software. So that can happen because within these 20 years this has happened. Right? What about next 20 years? We don't know. එතකොට ඒ කාලේ හැටියට අපිට එහෙනම් මේ ටෙක්නොලොජි කියන්න බෑ මේවට. මේ අද තියෙන මේ Zoom, Google Cloud ඒ දවස්වල ටෙක්නොලොජි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම එකක් නෑ පුතේ. ටෙක්නොලොජි කියන්නේ හැමදාම තියෙනවා. The only thing is this subject is always renovating. ICT actually was ICT is not a new subject, but it is renewing subject. It's not, it's renewing. Oh, I forgot the spellings. Renewing subject. Is it okay? Any suggestions? Renew.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any waterproof laptops or computers in the world?
Waterproof laptops. Yes. There are. Why?
No, sir, I don't know about it.
You need to use it underwater, no?
No,
There-
sir, no.
They are but expensive. ICT is not a new subject, but it is a renewing subject. That's why we call that this is new subject. This is new කියලානේ හැමතැනම. ඒක new තමයි. හැමදාම new because today ICT is not tomorrow ICT. දැන් ඔයාලගේ මේ අද ක්ලාස් දැන් මම ගිය අවුරුද්දේ කරපු එක මේ අවුරුද්දේ කරන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද මේ අවුරුද්දේ නෝනේ මම ටෙක්නොලොජි විනාශ කරනවා. මොකද ගිය අවුරුද්දේ මම මේ විදිහට මේව බෙදාගෙන Zoom වලින් එහෙම කළා e note දීලා කරේ නැහැ. හැබැයි මේ අවුරුද්දේ මම වෙනස් කරනවා. ලබන අවුරුද්දේ මම ඊටත් වැඩිය වෙනස් කරනවා. Because we need to renew. If we are doing ICT, we need to renew. The traditional methods we can't use forever. We have to always go for the new method. The ඊට වැඩි අලුත් එකක් අපි ලබන අවුරුද්දේත් කරමු. අලුත් දේවල් ටික. Okay, with that I'm going to stop for today. So next day, remember that next day you don't have classes, but all students are having classes. يعني පරණ students ලා පරණ grade 10 හිටපු අයට තියෙනවා. මොකද මට access එක පුංචි කැලක් කරන්න බැරි වුණා. ඒ ටික මට කරන්න තියෙනවා. ඒ හින්දා මම ලබන සතියේ ක්ලාස් එක තියෙන්නේ පරණ අයට. හැබැයි ඔයාලා pay කරලා තියෙනවා නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ පුතේ. ඒක ලබන මාසෙත් මේවා කරනවා. transfer කරලා දෙන්නම්. That doesn't matter. You don't want to pay again for the new month. If you have already paid, we will transfer that to the next month. Don't worry about that. Next week you don't have classes, but week after next week means which is in December you have classes, right? Okay, then see you all next week. Not next week, week after the next week. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Come, bye.